Let's continue with another common mistake. Mistake number 3, failing to properly or fully utilize the secondary source. For example, you didn't try more than one search. You didn't look at nearby sections. This is an easily avoidable user error. And once you're using a secondary source like Witkin, you need to make sure that you don't just stop with one search. Also, you want to make sure that you notice the table of contents and you look at nearby sections. Here, for example, if you were looking into acceptance for a contract, you would see information in all of these sections that could be helpful to you. So instead of just stopping at who may accept offer, take advantage of the table of contents to look at the nearby sections and read those too. And another point related to mistake number 3 is avoiding the pitfalls. So not properly using the secondary source by falling into those pits. These are very important, and we have some how-do-Is on this topic, but not until next week's module. So whatever you do, don't skip those next week. But I do want to give you one teaser to use for now. So in Westlaw, say we want to go to Witkin. So we type it here and the drop-down menu's super helpful. There's Witkin Summary of California Law. That's what we need. We click on it. Drop-down menu is our friend. But then we arrive at Witkin and now we're here. And once we're here, we want to do a search. So we type in liability of separate property. And now it gives us another drop-in. This time, it's not helpful. And the reason it's not helpful is that not all of these suggestions are in Witkin. We went through all that trouble to type Witkin, to arrive at Witkin, to start searching Witkin, only to be directed by Westlaw away from Witkin. So what you want to do is take a look at these, realize that they are not what you were looking for. One of them is Witkin, but we've got a CalJUR result here. We have a Texas guide here. That is absolutely not going to help us. So to search for the words that you meant to search for in Witkin, you need to ignore the drop-down and instead press the orange Go button. That's a pitfall to avoid in Westlaw. Go with the orange Go button. All right. Mistake number 4 is failing to cite your sources. So we'll start this week with citing just your secondary source, but remember that the secondary sources are not the law. So very soon we will also be citing primary sources that you'll discover while you're reading your secondary sources. But for now, if you wanted to cite this section of Witkin, you could just use the copy citation feature, which is located in the link menu on the top part of the page. And then you would paste that citation into your exercise for me. So here is where you return to the module, the module 2 learning exercise again, and you complete the rest of part 2 because you only started part 2 and part 3. So part 2, the remainder of it is questions 8 through 10, but wait, there's more. Part 3 is you're also ready to do part 2. So this is going to be in Lexis. Try your hand at questions 11 through 14 as well. And remember, you are not graded on this exercise, just on the homework that you'll unlock after you submit this. But you need the practice. So attack this exercise with whatever appropriate level of just practice vigor you need, and then come back for the last video. And question 14 is a good challenge. So if you can't get this on your own, well, if you can get it on your own, you should feel very good about that. If you can't get 14 on your own, meet me in the next video and we'll talk about it there. I'll see you there.